Hey guys, what is up? All right, what is up? So here's another video just as like another example for the test tomorrow. All right, jeez, pretty sloppy handwriting here. Anyway, let's move on here. I'll try to be a little neater this time as best I can. It's a little hard writing on the screen sometimes, but anyway, so please forgive me. Let's take a look here. So right now the example I'm going to give is going to be similar to what was on the review sheet, like the new number 7 and number 8. So let's try this example right here. So here we go. Let's try this. So we have x minus 3 equals the square root of x minus 1. Okay, let's take a look right here. All right, so first of all, to get rid of any square root, of course, to cancel that out, we're going to take the second power. So let's do it. So we're going to get squared and squared. Okay? All good? All right, so next, right here we have x minus 3 quantity squared, so that'll just be x minus 3 times x minus 3. Okay? Equals the square root of x minus 1 squared. Well, that cancels it out, of course, so we're left with just regular old x minus 1. Okay? No problem. Everyone read this. Okay, remember that's an x right there, and that is a 3 right there. Okay? All right, so all we have to do is just multiply x minus 3 times x minus 3, or some people like to call it FOIL, no problem. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. Negative 3 times x is also negative 3x, and negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, right? Still equals x minus 1. Let me put this down a little bit so I can write a little better. There we go. That's a little bit better. So I'm left with right here x squared minus 6x plus 9. Oops, sorry, it's a plus, equals x minus 1. Okay? So now we're back to where we were basically, I don't know, whatever it was, 2 or 3 months ago, right, when we were doing factoring. Solving by factoring, right? So that means what do I have to do? So I'm right here, I'm going to take this, hang on, let me get this thing out of here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this x and move it on over there. So I'll subtract x on both sides. And I'm going to take this negative 1, move it on over there. So I'm going to add 1 on both sides. Okay, no problem. So that's a shunk, that's gone. That's a big fat 0. So right here, what are we left with? We have x squared minus 6. Oh, I'm sorry, my fault. I almost made a mistake. Sorry about that. So that's negative 6x minus x is, of course, minus 7x. And then 9 plus 1 is, of course, plus 10 equals a good old-fashioned 0. Okay? So that still equals 0. All right. So let's go on to the next page right here. So we have, again, right here, it was, sorry about that, x squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. X squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. So no problem. What do we do now? We're going to go ahead and factor. So equals 0. X and x right here, I'm going to drop it. It's a negative, and negative times a positive is a negative. So we make a little product sum action here. Product is 10, sum is negative 7, no problem. So two numbers, and they're both negative, right? That multiply to be 10 and add, of course, if they're the same sign, they're going to add to be 7, will be 5 and 2, right? So we go ahead and solve. That'll be x equals, and if you want to skip a step here, that's fine. That's, of course, x equals 5, x equals 2. Now, we're not done yet. All right, we have to, of course, check for extraneous solutions. That means, like, you know, solutions that actually will, that are not really solutions, because when we plug them back into the original problem, it's a no solution. So we have x equals 5, x equals 2. Okay, so going back to the original problem, right? So x equals 5, x equals 2, right? And the original problem was x minus 3 equals the square root of x minus 1. Okay, let's go ahead and check x equals 5. Okay, let's do it. So that's going to be what? 5 minus 3 equals the square root of 5 minus 1. So that means 5 minus 3 is 2 equals the square root of 4. This looks good. 2 equals 2, a big fat check right there. Okay, so x equals 5 is legit. Okay, legit. Next one we have is x equals 2. So right here we'll do that. So that's going to give me what? So that will give me 2 minus 3. Let me separate this out. Okay, 2 minus 3, right? I'm just plugging in x right here. I'm plugging in 2, of course. Equals the square root of 2 minus 1. 2 minus 3 is negative 1 equals the square root of 1. Something looks fishy here. Negative 1 equals 1. That is a no. It does not equal. That is gone. All right. So my final answer right here is going to be, sorry, that just made it worse, didn't I? Is right here, x equals 5. Getting more used to writing on this thing. It's a little weird. So there we go. So it's x equals 5 is the final answer. Okay? So just to recap a little bit. Hang on. Let's recap. So let's go back here. What do we have here? Okay, so that was the original problem, right? X minus 3 squared equals the square root of, the original problem is x minus 3 equals the square root of x minus 1, right? So if you recall right here, so what did I do first? I first squared both sides. That gave me x squared minus 6x plus 9, so that brought me down here basically. X squared minus 6x plus 9 equals regular old x minus 1. I brought everything over to one side. I know it looks kind of sloppy, but yeah, I just brought the x over. I brought the 1 over. I got x squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. And then I said, oh, okay. Well, that means I have to factor to solve this, right? So x squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. Factor to x minus 5, x minus 2 equals 0, which if I solved it, x equals 5, x equals 2. I said I'm not done yet, right? Okay, so then I had to check, right? I checked x equals 5. That was good. It was legit, okay? Kind of like the song, Too Legit to Quit. That was good. X equals 2 was no good, right? We ended up getting negative 1 is not equal 1. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. Later.